What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, and which Harley is it gonna be? I've actually got to transport some stuff today, but now that the Krusty Glide has bags, it's hard to choose between crispy and crusty. You know what? Since it's so hard to decide between these two baggers, let's just go ahead and take the bike with no bags whatsoever. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. All that time riding around Harleys sure feels good to be back on the old Rocket 3, that's for sure. I'll tell you, the one big saving grace of the FXR, though, is that it actually handles really well. So you get on this Rocket 3 after riding around the FXR for so long, and it literally just feels like it's on two flat tires. Handling is not this bike's strong suit. Go figure, with a 2300cc engine, you wouldn't expect handling to be high on its list of priorities. Going real fast in a straight line is what it likes to do, and it does it really well. Save some pussy for the rest of us, dog. Well, even though I am on the Rocket 3, I'm actually on a mission of mercy for Krusty Glide. You see, if you watch my previous video where I installed the Electron carb on the Krusty Glide, you'll know that I did get a fairing for it. Got away with the scoots. And so the fairing, I got at an excellent deal, really cheap price, but it did have a big piece cracked out of it. So I've got it up to my buddy Rudy, and he's going to fix it up for me. He's a body guy. He's actually been on the channel before. We did 8-ball coast to coast with him. Anyway, I found a couple more pieces to the fairing. I got to drop off to him because he said it was going to be able to plastic weld them together. Whatever that means. I'm not a body guy, so I don't know. I'm just dropping some stuff, these off to Rudy. I don't want to walk in here without being asked. Can you just drop those on his toolbox for me? Yeah, no problem. Dude, thank you, man. Hey, man, thanks for dropping those off to him. I appreciate it, man. Well, I left the parts with somebody. I was hoping we could say hey to Rudy, but he's probably doing some work in the paint booth since he's not by his toolbox. So, we'll just see him next time. All right, what to do when you got a text old flip back saying where to meet up at? I thought this whole, like, being able to use your fingers would be kind of a gimmick, but I actually really dig it. Headed to Ybor City to the Dirty Shame, currently closed because of the coronavirus, and on this edition of the Shadetree Army Book Club. Besides motorcycles, there's no better way to self-isolate than a book, in my opinion, and I actually just finished up an awesome trilogy. If you guys know me, you know that my reading material mainly consists of books that feature wizards and dragons and magic, because at my core, I'm a giant nerd for that kind of stuff. Just finished up the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. And let me tell you, I could not more highly recommend it. It's kind of, it's fantasy. It's barbarians with bulging thews. It's sorcerers and magicians and palace intrigue, betrayal. All the hallmarks of a great epic fantasy series, and just done with an excellent sense of humor, man. Joe Abercrombie's writing had me laughing out loud multiple times. It's really, really good. And it's sort of, I guess they call the genre grimdark. So think Game of Thrones, where, the characters' motivations maybe aren't the most pure. There's no shining white hero on a noble steed who can do no wrong. There's no damsel in distress who's the very flower of virtue and chastity. I mean, all the characters in the book are pretty messed up. And pretty, in that regard, actually pretty realistic. And I really like that. So if you're looking for a good read and you like magic and sorcery and that sort of stuff, check out the First Law trilogy. I'll have an Amazon link to it down in the description if you use Kindle. Shadetree approved. And for those of you who have read the series, you'll get this reference. Say one thing about the Rocket 3. Say that it goes fast in a straight line. I think I gotta do something about the front brakes on this bike. One of the reasons you didn't see the Rocket 3 on the channel for a while is because the front fork seals were both busted, because when you come down on a wheelie from this thing, it's not very pretty, especially if you come down hard. And while they were at it, the Ride Factory went ahead and powder coated my lowers and put this wrinkle finish up here. I think it looks really good. I also think that enough oil from my shocks got on the disc and the pads that they probably need to be replaced because they don't stop very well. Time for some of my Too Ugly to Get sponsored Bang Energy. Thank you, sir. You too, man. Take it easy. Damn, that is a good looking bike though. I mean, I think so. A lot of people think it's ugly. Usually when things are 50-50. Some people think a bike is butt ugly and some people think it's beautiful. I usually fall in the I think it's beautiful category.
Sorry to interrupt, but got to put a quick little caveat in this video because I'm still getting comments in my videos saying what a horrible, horrendous person I am for not practicing self-quarantine at home. Once again, I will tell you, videos are not filmed, edited, and uploaded all in a single day. I know, I hate to destroy the magic behind the Shade Tree Surgeon channel, but these were filmed previously, and this video came out the second day after they ordered bars closed. So restaurants were still open, all public places were still open, parks were still open. We weren't doing anything out of the ordinary, although things did change very, very quickly. So seeing it right now, it does seem odd. So instead of jumping down my throat, just enjoy the video, would you? Well, meeting up here with my man Flip of the Flip Nah channel. Geez, this channel's growing a lot lately, by the way.
The Nah Tribe.
The Nah Tribe? Is that what it's going to be called now? All right. Nah, that's enough. Anyway, we're meeting up here with Flip. We're both on Triumphs today, and since we're both on Triumphs, what better place to go than the Harley Davidson dealership? As you can see, the Dirty Shame is all locked up here for the 30-day mandatory shutdown. So let's hope that works.
The whispers of bad decisions through the decades.
Exactly. All right, see you guys on the road.
All right, let's practice some social distancing on motorcycles. You keep that piece of shit 6 feet away from me, motherfucker. You gotta do something about that. You got the X-Pipe, but you can still barely hear that thing. It's a little better.
I thought there would be less people during the apocalypse.
It'll be the true test is, will Malfunction Junction still be backed up? Will traffic still be bad during the apocalypse at Malfunction Junction? Anybody who lives in Tampa knows Malfunction Junction. Let's see. Oh wow, it's actually not that bad. End times surely are here if we're making it through this part of I-275 without having to put my foot down on the highway. Who knew the apocalypse would look so bright and sunny? I guess even in the end of times, it's still nice in Florida.
All right, well, they're still going here at Bert's Harley Davidson, so if you want to come up here and buy probably the most fun way you can socially isolate yourself with your clothes on, I think it's going to be motorcycles.
Hey, the apocalypse does not happen without motorcycles.
Exactly, dude. You ever seen any apocalypse movie? Of course, you better get a motorcycle now.
All the leather you can, maybe a thong.
The leather. How about this Road King, man? So what you guys want to see done to the King? You want to do it up like this? I don't know, man.
No.
It looks really cool, but for the apocalypse, we might need a little bit more ground clearance. The lighting's bad, so you're probably not going to be able to see it really well, but I'm actually very partial to this blue and white on the Road King for these new SVOs. Kind of reminds me of like an old Mustang or something like that. I really dig it. Or like a Shelby Cobra or something, that blue with the white stripe.
You get the blue one, I'll get the red one. I want the record.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. Red seems like it's always faster.
That's why it costs more for insurance.
Well, there you go. You can get a free beer at Bert's Barracuda, even if you show up on a couple of Triumphs. Although the lady pouring the beers didn't see us pull up. Remember, folks, whenever you're buying gas, buy the round. Don't be a cheapskate. And now it's time to head back across the bridge and see if we can't score another free beer at Tampa Triumph. That's today's vlog. How many free beers can we get? Because A, your boy Shade Tree is out of work right now because all the bars are closed down. And B, all the bars are closed down. I can't get a beer, so today's all about scoring free beers at dealerships. Let's see what they got for us up there. Tampa Triumph. Dealership Tour Apocalypse Edition. More like Dealership Tour I'm Broke Edition and I'm scamming for free beers. Apocalypse Edition sounds a little bit cooler.
Well, they don't have beer on tap here at Tampa Triumph yet, so we got some Mick Ultra in the can, but they're working on it. They're a CO2 canister away from having beer on tap over there. KJ assures me, coming soon. Thank you, Tampa Triumph. Second free beer of the day accomplished.
And for our third stop on the 2020 Apocalypse, I'm broke and I'm looking for free beer tour, we're heading right back to Ybor City. Well, we always typically end our videos in Ybor City. You usually end them at a bar in Ybor City, but this time we're ending them at the Ride Factory. Hey, how's it going? Cool. Always nice seeing another Rocket 3 up here at the Ride Factory. What's up, Brian? Oh, all the bars are closed, man. We've come for your beer. Think again. They're actually out of beer at the Ride Factory. So, we're gonna go up to the store and donate to the cause. We're drinking a beer at Ride Factory, damn it. Yeah, free beer is not, I don't think, something that the Ride Factory advertises that they have. I just know that there's a refrigerator and there's usually beer in it. But since it's empty, I'm gonna go ahead and take it upon myself. Just go ahead and stock some beer in it. The Ride Factory's good to me. I can donate to the cause. It's my second time at the Metro Mart today. Oh, the Rocket 3, probably not the best bike to balance beer on, but we can make it work. Success! We're having beer at the Ride Factory one way or another, and Flip can get whiskey at the Ride Factory. Oh, tequila? All the whiskey. Even in this time of incredible uncertainty, there's still a few things that's nice to know that you can count on. Motorcycles, beer, and good friends. Cheers, guys. Until next time, keep it weird. All right, so this is a PPS to the end of yesterday's video when I was talking about what a good dude Brian, Shelby, and everybody else here is. So let me take you outside and show you something that these guys did. This guy's coming to pick up his bike here pretty soon. There's a guy, Bob Santoro, aka Bobcat, who's been battling cancer for a really long time. He's a veteran, and his motorcycle was his only form of transportation, and it was in pretty bad disrepair. Brian, Shelby, Summer, Mikey, all the guys at the Ride Factory, they all donated their time to completely free of charge to fix this guy's motorcycle up. And it's sitting there behind me right there. It's that Softail. It needed a new transmission. They said it had a broken rocker arm, brake lines, besides also just cleaning the whole bike up. They put new bags on it. They just really made this thing, you should have seen it before. They made it look like a brand new motorcycle. And I don't know. Like I was saying, there's a reason why I always take my stuff to the Ride Factory. And the reason I always take my stuff here, and that Brian's a good friend of mine, and Shelby and Summer and Mikey and the whole crew here, is because they do stuff like that. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, this is why I always say bring your stuff to the Ride Factory, because it's not just a shop. This is a community place where people actually care about each other and they do the right thing. And they got this guy's bike up and running and fixed, and he's coming to pick it up today.
Told you it was gonna take care of you, brother.
So we had to do something a little bit different. We had to do a little makeshift, something that was completely different. This was not the way this was supposed to be, but you get it. We had someone step up and anonymously donate all the money for the parts for the bike. And the Ride Factory generously donated the entire labor.
Yep.
And now for the final word. I included this last part with Bobcat receiving his bike for two different reasons. One was because the Ride Factory did the work to it, but they really don't have a social media presence besides the stuff that I do there. So they did all that work. They donated all their time to fix that bike up. And they didn't even tell anybody, which in this day and age, in the year 2020, doing a good deed and not telling anybody, it's almost unheard of. And of course now people are gonna know because I filmed it, but before I went up there and talked about it and filmed it, they had absolutely no plan of sharing the fact that they did that at all. So I just wanted to make sure that that got done. Obviously there was other people involved in fixing the bike up as well, but I actually don't know those guys. I only know the Ride Factory. And the second reason I wanted to share it was in times like this, with everything that's going on right now, it just feels pretty good to see people doing nice things. That's all. Till next time, y'all. Keep it weird.